What's up, everyone? I am on a mountain drive with a couple of friends of mine, and one of my friends, who actually happens to be my co-worker, drives this pretty clean 2008 M3 convertible. Now, this is my first time in an M3 convertible, only second time driving an E series, E90, E92, E93. And if you don't know, this has a 4.0 liter V8, 414 horsepower, and 295 foot-pounds of torque. Now, yeah, the torque figure might sound low, but as you've seen in all the car videos, you get to rev this up to 9,000 or 8,500 RPM. And does it sound good? This particular one has a 6-speed manual transmission, and compared to my car, it's very similar. I think all BMWs have very similar transmissions, or at least shifters, the way they feel, very similar. What doesn't feel similar is the clutch. I feel like in this car, compared to my F80, the clutch is a lot softer and easier to drive, kind of. Now, why would someone buy a convertible M3? I guess to have a lot of fun on weekends with the with no roof, and to have all the power under your right foot. It's when you turn, and I'm not making it up, I promise you, the car does not feel as stiff as a coupe or a sedan. But if you're not taking this car on a racetrack, it doesn't really matter, because you can really enjoy your weekend cruises in this car. The power comes at you at a completely different level compared to my car. My car, you kind of, over 3,000 RPM, you get that rush and it pushes you back in your seat. In this one, it kind of guides you in the back of the seat. The power just continues to climb, and it climbs all the way up to 8,000 RPM. It's crazy. The brakes on it are a bit spongy. I think Tony here needs to flush his brakes. Maybe I can help him with that. Maybe we can make another video out of it. But they do feel a bit spongy, so I think I don't think they've never been flushed. The car only has 23,000 miles on it, but it's a 2008, and you've got to do it every once in a while. So so that's what I think he's gonna have to do. Yeah, the power is completely different. You don't feel that torque, but you kind of feel the horsepower. It's hard to explain. Oh, that transmission. There's no denying it that this is the best sounding M3 ever made. In any gear, you can just push it and it sounds amazing. My car sounds okay. Some people actually hate the way it sounds, but this one, I don't think anyone ever said that the E90 line of cars sounds terrible. Why is my phone on the floor? Now, the shifter positioning is slightly different compared to my car. I feel like it's further away from you, or farther away from you. It's kind of out and towards the front. I like the way my shifter is. It's a bit closer to me, so the shifts are kind of easier to make. What I love about this car also are the gauges. It's these kind of typical BMW analog gauges. Unfortunately, they don't make them like that anymore. All the new BMWs have digital gauges. So these will be very nicely remembered, and they've aged. This car is 10 years old, and the gauges still look very, very modern. Same thing with the whole car. Actually, the whole car looks extremely modern compared to today's cars. So these cars have aged very, very well. It's funny, you step on it, you accelerate, you don't feel how fast you're going until you look at the speedo, because again, the high horsepower figure, low torque figure kind of makes you not feel the speed. Yeah, you could definitely feel the car kind of not shake, but twist at the turns. And the front, there you go, that right hander that I just made, I could feel the front push a little bit. Again, it's because it's a convertible. It's nothing, you know, nothing else. Still extremely sharp, but not as sharp as a sedan. One thing I have to note is the seating position. The seats are super comfortable. They're as soft as the seats in my Volvo S60R that I used to own. However, they're not as huggy as my M3 seats, and you sit so high. I checked 3 times to see if the seat can go down even more, and it cannot. So I feel like I'm sitting way too high for a sports car, and I'm not the tallest guy. I'm only 5'9.5". But I feel like my head is kind of peeking through the roof. Interesting. You can heel and toe in this car fairly easy. I just kind of did. Oh, what a beautiful road. You have such a high range of power that you can stay in second gear and go from 2,000 all the way to 8,500 and still have fun. On the inside, the layout is very similar to you know, all the E-series sedans and coupes. You've got that screen in the middle. That's not the highest quality, but again, the car is 10 years old. This is a 2008 model. In 2009, they've refreshed it with a slightly newer kind of layout. And that's that. But you've got this beautiful interior. Why am I beeping? Why am I beeping? Let's see how she goes. Oh. What a rush. Now, if this was my car, first thing I would do is I would make it louder. This exhaust is too nice to have it muted by these mufflers. I would at least put an X pipe underneath, which opens up the throatiness of it. And look, when you're done with your fun weekend excursions, you can just get on the highway and cruise in 6th gear. I'm doing almost 60 at 2,500 RPM. Very, very comfortable. So I just wanted to give you a quick overview of this convertible M3 with a 6-speed manual. It wasn't a detailed review because there are so many of those things out there that you probably won't want to watch mine anyways. But what I wanted to highlight are the differences between this car and the F80 M3 that I own and drive every day. So to summarize, the power delivery obviously is completely different. The sound, this car wins the sound. What my car wins on are the seats, in terms of hugging you a lot more and having a better position. The interior, I mean, obviously this is a slightly dated interior, but that's to be understood. And This is a convertible, so obviously it doesn't handle as well as a sedan or a coupe, but still it handles for a sports car convertible. Handles very, very well. There's my car. Damn, it looks good. Rarely do you get to see your car being driven in front of you, so naturally you have to take a picture. Hello, officer. So, on that note, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.